Hey Kiss Army, it took me long enough, but here it is, Dr. Fukk. Ask Dr. Fukk, the Kiss edition. Oh my God, there's so many questions. I don't know if I can fit it all in this episode. I'll try. And they're not in order. I'm just going to read them in order how they are here. I know there's questions that were asked long ago, and maybe these people are going to get the first questions. Is the first question I see on top is from Shane Hawkins. What was the first ever Kiss song you have heard? I'm not sure. It was either Rock and Roll All Night or maybe Beth. But I'll tell you, the one song that grabbed me was I Want You off of Rock and Roll Over. When I heard that song, a buddy of mine played it, and that's the one that made me go out and buy double platinum. So whatever came before I Want You really doesn't count. And will Thrash or Die or Combat ever do a Kiss cover? That I don't know, but I promise you I will do eventually. There was supposed to be a time when I was supposed to cover 3 Kiss songs. Snowblind, Young and Wasted, and Calling Dr. Love. It was going to be called Calling Dr. Fukk, but unfortunately my drummer had a falling out with that guitar player, so it hasn't happened, but it will. It's that I'm just so busy with my third band that whenever we'll get around to it. But I don't know if I'm going to ever have Thrash or Die or Combat or even Ripjaw do it. That's my third band. But it will be done. Maybe Dr. Solo. Dr. Solo. Super Kiss said, which Gene Simmons song is your favorite, and will you podcast review Gene's solo albums? My favorite Gene song is Young and Wasted. It's actually my favorite Kiss song, period. And our podcast already did a podcast of all the solo albums, but as far as like a podcast doing the Asshole album, I don't know about that. Maybe. Who knows? We're wacky enough probably to do it, but there is a podcast where we review all 4 solo albums, so check it out. And, and V-Fart said, Young and Wasted from Lick It Up, unless his opinion has changed. No, it hasn't changed, V-Fart. Dingo Rock says, Dr. Fukk, who's your least favorite Kiss member? Dingo, I would have to say Tommy Thayer. And the reason being is because he's dressed like Ace, and that pisses me off. Nothing against the guy. I'm sure he's a nice guy. I love the first Black and Blue album. There's a couple songs off, like Without Love, In Heat, Nasty Nasty. I own all that shit before he ever was associated. Well, he was associated with Kiss because Gene produced some of those albums. But, and yeah, I don't really hate Out of This World off Monster, but I like all the other members more. You know, he's my least favorite. Though I don't particularly hate him as a person, but I can't stand these people with wearing the makeup. So Eric Singer too. I mean, Eric Singer did play on some cool songs without the makeup, so that's why I'll give the edge to Tommy Thayer. Travis Awesome. Lawson. I call him Travis Awesome, who always listens to the Dr. Fukk show on That Metal Station, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Go to thatmetalstation.com and hear the Dr. Fukk show every Thursday. He says, if the original Kiss had reunited sometimes in the non-makeup era in the 80s and made a new album consisting of Gene and Paul songs from the Kiss albums of the time and Ace and Peter songs work, what songs would you have choose for that album? That's fucking hard. I mean, Travis, that's like a loaded question. I'd have to like sit down and write down all the songs. I mean, alright, I'll say like my favorite Ace songs solo-wise. Rock Soldier, Breakout, Something Moved. I like Into the Night, Stranger in a Strange Land, Insane, Dancing with Danger. Is that the name of the song? Dancing with Danger. Third track off that. Eight Corners Spinning. Trouble Walking. I didn't like the song Trouble Walking. Shop Full of Rock. 5 Card Stud. Lost in Limbo. Remember Me. Is there anything else? Nah, the rest, I don't know. Look at my reviews. As far as Peter songs, his solo career was not that great. I love the song Tears that Vinnie Vincent wrote. But as far as any other songs, I don't know. That's a tough one. I'd have to revisit those Peter or Chris solo. But hey, that's the best I can do, Travis Lawson. And be in the chat room. You can join the chat room during the Dr. Fukk show on that metal station. Next question. True Tube, where's Vinnie Vincent? He has literally disappeared. Then some guy called Vincent answered him saying, he's in Manchester, England. I talked with Gene Simmons' former manager who knows Vinnie Vincent. Not many people know this, Vincent. Well, Vincent knew it, I didn't. So he's in England, according to Vincent, Southerns. Bushy Pussyface says, hey Dr. Fukk, why can't you recognize the genius that is Crazy Nights? Because I never had a penis in my mouth. Bushy Pussyface. That's why your name's Bushy Pussyface, because penis has been in there. You know what I say to Crazy Nights? No, no, no. Mike Sears, I love Mike Sears. I love Big Bushy Face, by the way. He's a great fucking guy. And by the way, he's got a show on that metal station Sunday nights at 9 p.m. Check it out. He's awesome. Mike Sears, another killer motherfucker. Your favorite recorded Kiss show can be a bootleg as well. Well, I mean, Kiss Alive would be my favorite. As far as bootlegs, there's that one show. Can somebody help me out? I know you Kiss nerds would know it. I love that real early show that has that song, what is that song? Something in the Woods or something like that. It's like a 73 show. I love that show. But also Winterland. The Winterland black and white. Fucking, that's probably my favorite overall. That Winterland show is like, they were on fucking fire. But I also love that Tokyo Budokan show from Rock and Roll Over. That's a great show as well. They had a lot of good stuff. Okay, those are my favorites. Hanoi Bomb says, evening doc, please give us your take on Sean Delaney and your views on Sean and the 5th member of Kiss. Cheers, bro. I feel like that guy doesn't get enough credit. You always hear about Bill Aucoin, but not that much about Sean unless you really dig into the Kiss books. But I don't really hear Gene and Paul ever talk about Sean Delaney, which is a shame because Sean Delaney, yeah, I read a couple Kiss books and he came up with a lot of cool shit like, you know, the stage moves and various other things I can't remember, but I thought he was a badass. And rest in peace, Sean Delaney and Bill Aucoin. Lethal Chicken Wing says, do you think Kiss would be doing another reunion tour right now if Gene and Paul would have played with Ace and Peter at the Hall of Fame? I don't think so. I don't think that would have happened, though. My personal opinion, I think the reason that they didn't perform at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame was because Gene and Paul would have were scared that the same thing that happened at the Unplugged would have happened at the Hall of Fame. People would have demanded it, and then them going out with Eric and Tommy would have probably been as bad as them doing a Carnival of Souls tour. Because for those that know your history, Revenge was, I mean, it was a good album for most of you guys. I think it's overrated, but tour-wise, they were suffering. And Carnival of Souls, I'm sure that tour would have stiffed. They had to do the reunion show. Harry Collins, what's your opinion on what Tommy Thayer said about Scooby-Doo movie being better for Kiss than their newest music? Did he say that? Well, I don't know. Maybe it brought like a lot of new little fans, little kids. I haven't watched it yet. A friend of mine burned it for me, and I watched about 30 minutes of it and turned it off. And I found it kind of boring, but I do plan on going back and watching it all because I am a total Kiss nerd, but I would never buy that. You know, believe it or not, I've never really been a Scooby-Doo fan, even when I was a kid. So, little did it, you know. But, you know, I'm a Kiss fan, so, you know, even the Scab Kiss, I'll check it out. Silent Gods Eternal. What did you think of the Vinnie Vincent and Eric Carr makeup era? I thought it was fucking awesome. That was the first time I ever saw Kiss. It was the Creatures of the Night tour with the Plasmatics opening, and it was right up there. My favorite Kiss show with the reunion, the Madison Square Garden. See, I must have said this in a previous video. I went to New York City to see 3 out of 4 reunion shows because a friend of mine got us free tickets because her boss has skybox seats at Madison Square Garden, so we ended up getting 3 nights, you know, free booze and great seats. And I saw 3 nights of the reunion show, and it was so fucking amazing. That was the best time I ever saw Kiss. Then the reunion show came here to Miami, and it was a phenomenal show, but it wasn't as good as that New York show. And personally, I don't think it was as good as the Creatures of the Night tour. I thought the Creatures of the Night show was like the best time I ever saw Kiss, other than the reunion shows. So yeah, I loved it, and I'm honored that I got to see that lineup. Then I saw the Lick It Up tour, which was great too, but Creatures blew it away. What's your favorite solo from Ace, Vinny, Bruce, and Tommy? Fuck. Ace would be, man, there's a few. I guess I would have to go with Shock Me, because it's so melodic and killer, but I really love the solo in Making Love. The solo in Dark Light. I'm not really the biggest fan of Dark Light, but that fucking solo smokes. And what else? There's other solos too that he's done that I love. But those are my top ones. Rocket Ride. Vinnie Vincent, I would have to say like War Machine is my favorite. Bruce Kulick, damn, I don't know. I'd have to think about that. Bruce Kulick, let me think. Probably something off Asylum, because that's my favorite Bruce Kulick album with Kiss. But to tell you the truth, and I know I'm going to get some shit from it, but I don't think Bruce Kulick did any memorable solos that I can think of at the moment. But, you know, Vinnie Vincent I can think of, and Ace I can think of like that. Tommy, probably Chains Around Heaven, Black and Blue. Sean Kirby, what's your favorite Kiss show you've been to? I already talked about that. I already said that. Space Guitar from That Metal Station. Is that who you are, Shane Kirby? Awesome. Space Guitar is another person that listens to the Dr. Fukk show. Richard Ray said, Dr. Fukk, what is your all-time favorite Kiss era? The 70s. Hands down. The original Kiss, that's my favorite. Will Thrash and I ever cover Beth? No, Krusty Farts. I think you were trying to make a funny. It didn't work. Grey Wolf. After the Dio hologram, people are saying bands will start doing that in the future. Do you think Kiss will do it if they hologram Love Gun tour? Would you see it? Fuck yeah. Hell, I'd see that before the Scab shit. Oh yeah, and by the way, everybody is talking about how great the new Kiss tour is. Sure it is, but I'll never know because I ain't going to see it. Because you know what? I saw the Monster tour and that shit was such a fucking disaster. I will never pay to see Kiss again. And yes, I understand this new lineup is great. And, you know, there's a kid I love called Aaron. He said it's awesome, so I trust the judgment. He says it's awesome. It's awesome. Me, even if it's awesome, I'm not gonna see it. Fuck you. I doubt it'll fucking blow away the Madison Square Garden reunion shows and the Creatures of the Night tour. And I saw a couple other good ones. Look It Up was a good show. Hot in the Shade, that was a great show. Whatever. Okay. Out of All Out War 5001. If Kiss were to make a covers album with any lineup, with Paul's voice still in top form, what should you choose for them to cover? Fuck, dude, that's tough, man. I mean, I love their cover of the Ramones, what is it? That song, Do You Remember Rock and Roll Radio? I love the Ramones. Kiss, I would love for Kiss to do a solo covers album because I think they're great, but to think of ones, man, I would love to hear them do like, if Paul's was in top form, I would love to hear him sing Supernaut from Black Sabbath. I'd love to hear Gene do like, I don't know, like Iron Fist from Motorhead. That would be cool. Ooh, God, I'd have to think about that. There's so many, you know, I think of my favorite bands, Black Sabbath. Look around at my posters. Judas Priest, let's hear, I'd love to hear like Paul do like Hero's End. That would be cool. I'd like to hear him do that. And geez, and Ace, you know, I like to hear Ace do more Creatures of the Night songs. Rock and Roll Hell is fucking awesome. There you go. That's the best I can do because I'll be here 10 hours thinking of that. These are questions that I really need to think of. Tell you what, All Out War, remind me again in the future and I'll sit down and I'll actually compile a list, you know, because I have so many questions to go through. But I hope that answered some of it. Hey, Dr. Fukk, what is your favorite Kiss song? Young and Wasted. I said that earlier. Joseph Staub asked too many questions. How many? 7 questions. Are there any Kiss songs that you have changed your opinion on since you made the review on this channel? Tons. Tons and tons. Mostly albums. I actually said that I enjoyed Monster more than Destroyer. No. That's not true. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. Believe me, man, being sober is not all that's cracked up to be. I make stupid... I might as well be on drugs to think Monster's better than Destroyer, even though I still love Monster. It's not better than Destroyer. As far as songs, I don't know. Maybe. I can't think of any songs that I changed my mind on. But definitely fucking albums I have. Oh, Psycho Circus I gave a shitty review to. And I love that album now. So, what is your favorite Pro Shot Kiss show? That would be the Winterland show. Hotter Than Hell. What's your favorite Kiss show that you've seen? That I've talked about that. How many times have you seen Kiss live? All right, let's go down the line. I saw. First time I saw them was Creatures of the Night, Lick It Up. 2 times I saw Asylum. I mean, Animalized, because they played Sunrise Musical Theater for 2 nights with Crocus. Asylum with Wasp. Crazy Nights with Ted Nugent. Hot in the Shade with... I stayed outside. I think it was Slaughter or some bullshit like that. I didn't see the Revenge tour because I chose to see Megadeth and Suicidal that was playing the same night, but now I have a video of the Miami Arena Revenge show and I thought that was better than the Megadeth show, so I regret not going to that one. So then the reunion, well, after that was the convention, Kiss convention, that's 8. Reunion 9, 10, 11. Psycho Circus canceled down here. Farewell tour, that's 12. I saw them for free with, I think it was Rock the Nation or some shit. And it wasn't a bad show. It's the show that had Tommy and Eric in the scab makeup, and they played Unholy that night. Instead of God of Thunder, Gene Spit Blood went to the top and did Unholy. That tour, I saw that tour. Then the last time. So that's 14. I saw them 14 times, and I saw Paul Stanley on Live to Win. So it's 14 and 1 time Paul Stanley. What is the most overrated and underrated Kiss album in your opinion? Most overrated would be Revenge. Most underrated would be Dynasty. Yes. I love Dynasty. If you could have been at any Kiss show in history, what would it be? You see, that's a tough one. I would love to see Kiss in the clubs, like the Coventry, like that shit. But I also wish I could have seen like the Love Gun tour, or the Kiss Alive tour, Kiss Alive 2 tour, and I wish I could have seen the Dressed to Kill tour. So those are the shows. I wish there would have been an Elder tour. See, all those. I wish I could have seen all of them. But if you put a gun to my head and you pick me which one, I would have to see a club show, Coventry or something, before the first album. If you could have been at... Oh, wait. What is your favorite Kiss album to listen to while doing a chick? Fuck. I don't know. I guess it would have to be like a Kiss Alive. Because I'm not into quickies. It has to be a double album. Kiss Alive, double platinum, Kiss Alive 2, whatever. The GOAT. Alright, the GOAT. Boy, there's a lot of questions here. I don't know if I'm going to get them all in. The GOAT. Hey, doctor, have you read all 4 books of the original members? If so, how can you rank them? My rating goes like this. 1, Paul's book. I'm not going to read it all. His first favorite's Paul. Second's Peter. Third's Ace. 4th is Gene. I haven't read them all. I haven't even finished them all. I read some of Paul's and I liked it a lot. I read some of Peter's. I liked it a lot. I don't own Ace's book, believe it or not, because a lot of people say it sucks. Gene's book I actually heard, the audio book, and I didn't think it was that bad. But I So far, I enjoyed Paul. Okay, let's see if I can pronounce this name. Yoholamo Barahuna. Hey, Dr. Fukk, a fan from El Salvador here. Awesome. Love El Salvador. I love South America. Is it South America? I know El Salvador, I sent some Fractured Eye stuff there several times, which is awesome. So you guys have a kicking metal scene, I'm sure. Let me start by saying I really like your channel. Well, thank you. Podcast and band. You rule. Thank you. Even though I disagree with you sometimes, the Elder and Psycho Circus are shit to me. My mother is not a whore, so you're great. All right, I don't know how that's a question. Oh, well, you're just saying you disagree with me. You think Psycho Circus and the Elder are shit. Okay, that's your question. And my answer to that is, no, they're great. But that's your opinion. And I respect your opinion. Wait, there's more. Wait, read more. Oh, okay, he does have a question. My question will be related with Eric Carr's solo album. I'm in agreement with you when you say the albums are bad and shouldn't have been released. But regardless of what we think they were, so do you think any of those demos have potential and could have been a good song? Thanks for all, Dr. Fukk, and keep it up. Well, thank you. I don't remember. I heard those albums a few times and I just couldn't get into it. So I don't know. Maybe if I would listen to it again, maybe there is something there that I didn't catch the first time. But I can say, like, people asked me to review it and I said I'm not going to review it because I love Eric Carr and I'm not going to sit here and bash the guy. I could just tell you right now, I don't like them. I mean, that's a good enough review, okay? What's your reaction when you first heard that Kiss would be taking off the makeup? Were you excited or do you think it was a bad idea? Actually, I welcomed it, and I remember it was told to me, hey, Kiss is taking off the makeup, it's going to be on MTV this Sunday or something, and I caught it, and I thought it was a good idea. I thought at the time that the makeup was already like, Creatures of the Night was an awesome album. It didn't sell shit because people weren't into the makeup. They had to do it. It was the right time, so they did it. But funny enough, if you look at all those old Lick It Up pictures, they're wearing more makeup then than the Kabuki makeup. I hated that fucking, all that makeup they were wearing. They looked fucking bizarre. Kiss Alive 3 or MTV Unplugged? MTV Unplugged, hands down. I love MTV Unplugged. And I don't like Kiss Alive 3. I thought Kiss Alive 3 was weak. But MTV, spit a little. See that? You saw that spit? MTV Unplugged is fucking awesome. I love that album. The only thing I don't like about MTV Unplugged is I Still Love You. For some reason, I don't like that song live. I love the studio version, but I hate when they play that song live. And that's the only down part for me on Unplugged. Maybe Yohalamo disagrees. Daniel, what was your reaction when you first heard that Kiss would be taken? Oh wait, I already asked you that. Mark Santucci. So I will ask this question. If you were stuck on a desert island with a lifetime supply of food and you had a boombox with all the batteries you need, what 10 Kiss albums would you bring? Not including greatest hits albums like Double Platinum, Smashes, Trashes, Hits. Live albums count and solo albums are fine. What 10 Kiss albums would you bring to your desert island? Well, it sucks that I can't take fucking Double Platinum because that's one of my favorites. But okay, we'll leave that one out. Kiss Alive, Kiss Alive 2, Hotter Than Hell, shit, Dress to Kill for sure, Rock and Roll Over, Dynasty, Elder, how many albums? What did you say? How many? 10. Elder, Creatures of the Night, Lick It Up, fuck, one more. God, and I'm not going to take the first Kiss album with me. Let me think. Everything after that? Shit. Okay, so I got left. I mean, the ones that I would take, that I would hate not taking, are the first Kiss album, Destroyer. Did I say Love Gun? I think I said Love Gun. So I'll have to go with the Kiss Live, the first Kiss album. So there you go, that's 10. I know it's gonna suck not taking Destroyer, but you know I love those live versions on Kiss Alive too. Superior. This guy's a dick. I'm not even gonna ask you a fucking question. That guy's a dick. You know, take yourself off my channel. Save me the time from deleting you. That guy went on my page insulting me, insulting all my friends. You can kiss my fucking ass. Michael Velasquez, how long you been a Kiss fan? Do you think Kiss will record another studio album? Alright, I've been a Kiss fan since 1978, I believe. Whenever Double Platinum came out, that's when I became a fan. I knew of them, but that's when I became a fan. Do you think Kiss will record another album? If it's as good as Monster, yes, I hope so. I don't know, but I hope so. If it's as good as Monster. If not, no. But there's a lot of Kiss fans out there. Kiss fans that, like this guy earlier that doesn't agree with me, he would probably want one. So, fuck yeah, man. Let's have another Kiss album for all you Kiss nerds that like shit like Sonic Boom. I didn't, but I love fucking Monster. Okay, I think Kiss should do the Ultimate Kiss-Off album with Ace and Peter on one album and the second album with Tommy and Eric. In other words, a double album set, then tour on it. I've been a Kiss fan since 77, 78, around there. Yeah, your channel is rocking. Keep up the good work. Fuck the haters. Thank you, Michael. Wow, that's a bizarre fucking idea, though, to have Tommy and Eric and then Peter and Ace. But good questions, dude. Little Devil, I know you are a fine vocalist, but when you were a teen, did you ever pick up a guitar and try your hand at some Ace-style playing? No. Well, I did try to play guitar. I suck. I play a little acoustic. I can play a little bit, but I suck as a guitar player. Alive or Rock and Roll Over? Blu-ray Nation. Boy, you're gonna make my head explode. Fuck, dude. I'll say Alive, but goddamn, man, that's a tough one. You're probably the winner of the toughest question, but I'll go with Alive because it's got more stuff. What's your opinion on EP Kiss versus Momorari Cover Z? Is that Japanese thing they released? I thought it was garbage. I hated it. Farty. I don't know, it said a bunch of like weird letters, I guess Japanese, and then it says Farty. What do you think about Paul Stanley being the dictator of Kiss? You know, I'll say this. It's funny how in the 80s, you know, Paul was known as the savior of Kiss, and Gene was just, his mind was elsewhere. But you know what, dude? If you take all those late 80s albums, I like just as many Gene songs as Paul. So, in other words, Gene, without even trying, wrote just as many good songs as Paul did, in my opinion. I love like Secretly Cruel and While the City Sleeps, and there's a lot of good shit on those albums I loved. Go figure. Betrayed, cool song. Anyway, in his book he stated that at the beginning they wanted to be a band of equals like the Beatles, but after the departure of Ace and Peter and the little involvement in Gene in the 80s, Kiss became his band. Yeah, I guess so. And unfortunately, Paul did dominate a lot of that Kiss shit. And there's a lot of Paul songs I hated in the 80s, and a lot I liked. I mean, but the bad outweighed the good, and I gotta say, in Gene's case, the good outweighed the bad because Paul had more songs. Gene had less, but that's whatever. What do I think? I don't like it. I wish that Gene would care more, which I think he does now. Zoo Station said, can you name all the Kiss tours you saw? How many shows you saw per tour and the best worst Kiss tour and or show? Well, I already answered that, but I'll say the best. I mean, I already talked about the best. I already talked about how many. The worst show I saw was the Monster show. That shit was pure garbage. It was embarrassing. And I talked about it on this channel. I even showed clips of Paul trying to do the beginning of Heaven's on Fire. It was fucking horrendous. Devin Duggan, what albums have you changed your opinion on since your reviews? Psycho Circus, I don't know. I think that one for sure. Weston Winkle, what was your favorite off all the Kiss concerts you've been to, and what is the rarest price of Kiss memorabilia you own? P.S. You fucking rule, dude. No, you fucking rule. The rarest Kiss things I own, I don't know. I'm not that much of a, collector, though I own all the vinyls, all the CDs. I have like a book full of burned Kiss, like over 300 Kiss DVD burns. I buy everything Kiss, but I haven't really been supporting them lately. I didn't buy Kiss Rocks Vegas. I heard it. It's awesome, yeah, but whatever. I'll check it out eventually, but I'm not buying it. I don't know what's the rarest thing I own. I own the Kisstory book that I bought then. Oh, I have the Ace Frehley poster from the 70s, the one with the smoking guitar. I guess that would be my rare. I don't know, maybe not, But, and I have Gene and Paul sign a bunch of my albums, so, So there you go, I guess. What was the other question? Yeah, it's, what was your favorite of all the Kiss concerts you've been to? Well, I already talked about that. Blue Skies, Dimebag Darrells are buried in a Kiss coffin. You look like you got a lot of good years ahead of you. When it's time for you to check out, would you want to be laid to rest in a Kiss coffin? Yeah, definitely. As long as they keep it as it is. Don't fucking put Tommy and Eric on the goddamn thing. But yeah, I think that shit's awesome, the Kiss casket. With the solo album paint. Yeah, I would love to be buried in a Kiss casket. Why not? It represents 70s Kiss, and I love 70s Kiss. So yes, the answer is yes. Cindy Ann Lisboa says, for which member of Kiss would you be a groupie and would you give him pleasure? Well, I guess since I'm not gay, I'll have sex with Vinnie Vincent. That's a girl, right? I mean, it's a girl now, right? Would Thrasher Die, this is Gilberto Caballero. Would Thrasher Die accept to open for Kiss current lineup if you were asked to? Yeah, but won't you be kicked off the first show? Because I will go up on stage and say, fuck the Scabs, long live Ace and Peter. I'll do it for that alone. I swear, you know what? I would. I really would. I'll get on Blabbermouth and I'll be a legend. Dr. Fukk goes up on stage and gets kicked off the Kiss tour. We won't even play a song. It'll be like, we are Thrasher Die. Fuck Tommy, fuck Eric, fuck the Scabs, fuck Gene and Paul for destroying my fucking childhood. Long live Ace Frehley, long live Peter Criss. And this song is called Rip It Out. And we'll just do Ace Frehley songs all night. And we'll throw in like fucking Strange Ways. We'll do nothing but Ace and Peter sung songs. Hell yeah, yeah, I would love to do it. If they let us. I don't think they'll let us now. Joe said, Joe Lariandao, I'm sorry, I can't pronounce shit, man. What is the best of the first 3 Kiss albums? What is the worst? To me, they are all tied. Joe, I used to always say Hotter Than Hell. Hotter Than Hell, I used to always think was the best one. But then you think about the first album has like the most classic songs on it. But believe it or not, I'm going to have to go with Dress to Kill now. See, I changed my mind. I think when I reviewed those albums, I said Hotter Than Hell was my favorite back then. But I think Dress to Kill is the best one. By the way, check out my Peter Criss shirt. Peter Criss rules. Rules on Dress to Kill. Captain Crude says, do you think Ace will be back in Kiss soon? I really hope so. I don't know. But I hope so. I think that would be a good move on their part. Jake, and they would do it. They totally kick fucking Tommy to the curb. Don't think they're loyal. They're not. Jake Maynard would say, says, where does Kiss place in the ranking of your favorite bands? What's the current ranking of Kiss albums for you? Is it weird that I think the Fox is cooler design than the Catman? No, I don't think that's weird. I actually like Eric Carr's makeup a lot. I guess I'm a little more partial to Peter because that's what original. But I love the Fox makeup. I even liked Vinny's makeup. I can't understand why they can't do makeup. Well, I understand why they can't do makeup for Eric and Tommy because it won't bring in the cash that Gene and Ace and Peter's makeup would do. Oh, what's the question again? I already. Boom, 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 boom. Fuck, I don't know, man. Oh, what does the Kiss place rank? As far as my favorite bands, believe it or not, they're not even like in the top 5, really. And I love Kiss, I mean, you can tell. But my favorite bands, and sometimes they change positions, but my all-time favorite band is Black Sabbath. I love Merciful Fate. I love Cheap Trick. I love the Beatles. I love, oh man, Van Halen. Those are classic Van Halen with David Lee Roth. Can't stand Sammy Hagar. And the Sharon thing, garbage too. But those 5, did I say Merciful Fate? All those bands I like more than Kiss. Then I would pick, oh, Judas Priest I like more than Kiss. God, looking around. There's a lot of bands I like more than Kiss. AC/DC with Bon Scott. But I love Kiss. They're just not up there. I know a lot of you Kiss nerds are like, what the fuck? Kiss ain't your favorite band. You put like 6 or 7 bands before them? Yeah, I'm sorry I do. Even though I love Kiss, I'm sorry. That's how I feel. Have you ever dressed or painted like a Kiss member? I do paint myself once for the heck of it. If you met Tommy and Eric, would you tell them something for being a fraud? If you met Gene and Paul, would you? No, you know what? I would. I don't think I would, because I'm like, you know, I'm a gentleman. I don't think I would go up to them and start shit. I'll just say it here, you know. But you know, going up to Gene, Tommy, especially Tommy, you know, because Tommy seems like an okay guy. Eric Singer seems a little, I don't know. In some interviews, he comes off a little like bitchy. And you know, Gene and Paul too. I don't think I would say anything bad to any of them. And it's not because I'm a pussy or anything. It's because I don't know. I just think it's rude. I say it here on my channel. I don't think it's rude when I say it. It's my opinion. Now, if Tommy and Eric or Gene and Paul were to ask me, yes, of course I would speak my mind. But if they don't say nothing, I'd be like, hey man, hey, Tommy and Eric, can you move aside? Can I get a picture with Gene and Paul? You know, I probably would do that. If Thrash or Die had to open for either Kiss or Ace Frehley, who would you open for? As I said earlier, fuck, I would love to open for Ace, but man, if I could just do that whole thing on stage, I'd pick Kiss in a heartbeat. See, I would never tell them to their face, but I'll tell it on their stage. I'll let them kick me off the tour and shit. I'll have to deal with that Doc McGee guy. Oh, did I say the person's name who asked the last question? I didn't, and it's really hard to pronounce. Well, there are a couple people. Sebastian, Brendan, Gialetto. Oh man, I'm sorry guys. I want to say everybody's name. The next question is from JT68. What do you think of Paul's Motown group? I heard some of it and it's okay, not bad. Do you think Peter will ever release his rock album? I don't know. I hope so. What's your opinion on Gene's Wish Upon a Star cover? I think it sucks. Where do you rank Psycho Circus in the catalog? Kind of low, but I like it way more than I used to. Do you include the 78 solo albums as Kiss albums? Thanks, Doctor. I enjoy your podcast with Ian, man. No, I don't really consider them Kiss albums. And thank you very much for checking out the podcast. I appreciate it. The Rock and Metal Combat Podcast on Podbeam, iTunes. Please subscribe. And there's also a YouTube channel for the Rock and Metal Combat Podcast. All right. Benito Camel Kebo Dudo says, do you think Creeds of the Night, Lick It Up, and Monster would be better if Ace and Peters would have played on those albums? No, because I feel like that's not really their style, and I think they're fine as it is, but I'd rather hear Ace on Monster than Tommy, that's for sure. What's your reaction when you realized some other guys were wearing Spaceman and Catman makeup? I was pissed. Is this out of focus? Probably out of focus now, I don't know. I think it was out of focus. Maybe it's worse now, who cares? You can't see my pretty face now. Ain't you lucky? Yeah, I was pissed. I think it sucked. I think it sucks. Still think it sucks. Do you know? Did you know about the Kiss Kids comic series featuring Tommy and Eric? What's your opinion on that shit? I didn't even know that existed. Kiss Kids comic series featuring anything that features Tommy and Eric. Really bothers me if they're in that makeup. What's your opinion on Kiss over merchandising? I don't know. I mean, back in the day, I wish I had all that over merchandise shit. But now, this is what I think of it. Yeah, there you go. Wouldn't have been better if Kiss quitted after Love Gun or Dynasty? No. I love a lot of Kiss after those albums. Now, granted, all my favorite albums are up to Dynasty, but I love Creatures. I love fucking Elder. Lick It Up. Asylum, I love Asylum. I liked Psycho Circus and Monsters, so I'm glad those albums exist. Mike Doherty says, do you think there will be another reunion? No, I don't. I mean, probably with Ace though, but I doubt Peter will ever be back on the drums. Who is your favorite Kiss member? Ace fucking Frehley, baby. I'm a blue Kool-Aid drinker, and damn proud of it. No Ace, big problem. That's a little inside joke from the Almost Human 56 page on Facebook. Join it and you'll get the joke. Give me your top 5 Kiss album opening songs. Number 1, Detroit Rock City. Number 2, I Want You. Number 3, Creatures of the Night. Number 4, I've Had Enough, Into the Fire. Number 5, damn, I Stole Your Love. I was going to say Exciter, but I Stole Your Love edged it out a little bit. What do you think of the Kiss My Ass videotape that was released the same time as a tribute album to help promote it? I like the Polaroid Kiss show, Paul shows of the early idea of Eric Carr's makeup. Thank you. Man, that was terrible, right? They made him look like a chicken or something like that. I mean, what were they thinking? Man, it's been a long time since I've seen it. I actually have it on Laserdisc, believe it or not. It's been a long time since I've seen it, so I have to like revisit it. I don't really remember it much. I thought it was cool. I remember I liked it. So there you go. Nick C. Could you interview Eddie Trunk and talk about Kiss? I'd love to. He's a big Kiss fan. Plus, he's been interviewed by Three Sides of the Coin twice, and their Kiss discussions are really boring, unlike when you talk about Kiss, which is always interesting. I think Trunk would let you interview him. That would be great. That would be a great interview since you both have strong opinions about Kiss. Thanks. I would love that. And I met Eddie Trunk a couple times, and he's a really nice guy. You know, I saw him at a UFO concert. I was wearing a Rainbow Rising shirt, and I also had him do an ID for the podcast. Cool dude. Me and him disagree on a few things on Kiss, even though we both agree on that Scab Kiss thing. But I would love to have a debate with him about him thinking that Kiss is going to go on with without Gene and Paul and other people in their makeup. I'd love to debate him on that and show him how wrong he is. Because it's not going to happen. This video, I hope, is floating around on YouTube many years from now, so it proves everybody right. If it does happen, it'll be a Vegas residency. It will not go out on tour. And let's just say it does go out on tour. It'll be such a flop, it'll make the Elder look like Kiss Alive. Alright. Hellstorm. What's your favorite piece of Kiss merchandise that you own? Thrash or Die Slay. Thank you so much. My favorite piece of Kiss merchandise that I own. I would have to say probably the music, you know, I mean, not merchandise. I have the Kiss dolls, but not like the 70s ones. I have like those reunion dolls and the Psycho Circus doll. I like that. You know, I like my Ace Frehley poster with the smoking guitar. I guess that's my favorite that I own. I have quite a few Kiss things. I said earlier in the last episode that I don't know a lot of Kiss stuff. I do, but I'm not to the extent of a lot of you collectors out there. I'm not. Oh, my Kiss trash can from the 70s. That's my favorite item I own. I own the Kiss trash can of the 70s. I found it in my cousin bought a house, and I was with him when he was moving in, and we went up to his attic, and I found it in his attic. I was like, oh my God, he doesn't like Kiss. I was like, oh my God, this is mine. So I guess that would be my favorite Kiss item, the Kiss trash can from the 70s. It looks really good. It's in good condition. The inside is all rusty, but the outside looks nice and glossy. Who has the best makeup design? Gene. I think Gene's makeup is the coolest. Do you think that at some point in the future Kiss will continue to record and tour but without any original members? No. Mark my words, blue sky. It's not going to happen. And MHVY1976 was the one that asked that makeup question. Carlos Hama, two things, but first I'd like to say, hey, I'm a fan of your show. Think it's cool. Now first, is it true there's a version of War Machine that has an extra something at last second? I don't know. I don't know if that's true or not. And second, what really happened with Vinny? Why he left, and is he okay? He saved Kiss, in my opinion. Creatures was my first Kiss record. I heard a lot. I mean, look, I interviewed Robert Fleischman on the podcast, and he had some bizarre stories on Vinny that kind of matched what Gene said. It was like, you know, Vinny's kind of like an out of control character, and a mega talent, great voice, but I guess he's got some. He's not all together upstairs, and that's unfortunate because I wish Vinnie Vincent would go on, but I like that Gene and Paul like controlled them, because that's why I love Creatures and Lick It Up so much. But I was not a fan of Invasion. Yes, I know some of you left your little fucking comments not liking the fact that I hate that album. Sorry, it's just pure wankery, and I can't stand Fleischman's voice. And he even came on my show and agreed with me that he hated the way he sang on that album. And he's such a cool guy. Robert Fleischman's fucking awesome. Okay, that was Carlos Hama. Henrik says, are you a dry alcoholic? I don't know what that means. I'm not an alcoholic. I do like wine. I drink wine now. I was not allowed to drink for a long time through health issues. But look at me, man. Don't I look thinner than the last time? I mean, I don't know. In the last 3 months, I have lost 34 pounds because I'm on this strict, it's not really a diet. It's more of a health regimen that my doctor put me on, and I feel fucking great. I feel so good that I'm allowed to drink again, so I chose to drink wine. So I'm a wino, but I only drink once a week. I'm very responsible. But yes, I'm not a dry alcoholic. I'm not an alcoholic, period. Dr. Fukk, when Kiss finally retires once and for all, in your opinion, how should Kiss be remembered? As a fucking band that proved everybody wrong, and every motherfucker when I was a little kid saying that Kiss sucks, this and that. Well, Kiss has longevity. Kiss has lasted through the ages, and I think Kiss should be remembered as survivors. Because I can't think of any band that got picked on so much by critics and by the rock establishment than Kiss. Kiss has always been a fucking joke, and they've always plowed through. And even to us fans, they do this to us too. Now they do this to us, who hates the Scabs. And fuck it, man. More power to them, man. People still love Kiss. People still love the Scabs. So that says something, man. So I think they should be remembered as survivors, and 70s Kiss should be remembered as a fucking kick-ass rock band. All right. Kiss Kobo 75. Have you ever worn Kiss makeup? By the way, this is Steve Bell. Oh, cool. Steve Bell. I know Steve Bell. Somebody asked that earlier and I didn't answer it. Yes, I wore Ace Frehley makeup back in 1983. I have the picture somewhere, but fuck, it'll be impossible for me to find. I took it at one of those little photo booths where the picture is about this big. And I was at the youth fair, which is a fair, and there was a guy doing makeup. And he he did Kiss makeup and asked him to do Ace Frehley for me. So he was the one that did it, and it came out really good. So yes, I did wear Kiss makeup once at a youth fair. And I had sex in it. I had sex with a girl in the Kiss makeup. Pretty wild. Mark Santucci asks, I have a question. How would you categorize Kiss in terms of musical style of the 70s? For that time, not how would you categorize their 70s compared to today's, but what style of music would you say they were for that time period? Hard rock or heavy metal? I would say more hard rock, with a dash of metal here and there. Hard rock example would be Led Zeppelin and Aerosmith, yes. Or heavy metal like Black Sabbath, Judas Priest, yeah, they were more hard rock. So how would you categorize Kiss in the 70s for the time period as a hard rock band or heavy metal? Definitely hard rock, but you know what? There was elements of metal, like Making Love's kind of a metal tune, and Rocket Ride and Larger Than Life. I mean, some pretty heavy songs. You know, Watching You, I thought was kind of like a metal song. Strange Ways. But for the most part, hard rock. Zoo Nation again. Another question from Zoo. Does Peter Criss actually play drums on Dirty Livin' live 2 side 4 songs? The Dirty Living's up for debate. A lot of people say he has. Even Anton Fig said that he played on all Dynasty except Dirty Livin'. That was Peter. Alive 2 is Peter Criss. Gene Simmons has come on record to say that is Peter Criss. On Alive 2, side 4, those studio songs, is Peter Criss. Not Ace. Ace only plays on, I believe, only on Rocket Ride. I'm not sure if he does Rockin' in the USA or Any Way You Want It, but I know Larger Than Life and All American Man is Bob Kulick. What do you think of Paul Stanley's current singing voice? Zoo Nation. I think it's terrible. To tell you the truth, I think it's just terrible. And I see a lot of people saying, no, it's gotten better. Well, okay, YouTube clips may lie, but it's just not good. I don't... And a lot of people say, you know, I love people. People are always like, yeah, but he's been doing it for 40 years and blah, blah, blah. Hey, whatever, dude. It sucks. No matter what the fucking reason is, his voice is shot. Whatever reason. Okay, he's been doing it for 40 years, and that's why his voice shot. Whatever the reason it is, it's still shot. Just by you saying, well, he's been doing it for 40 years doesn't take away the fact that his voice is shot. Thank you. Gene, on the other hand, sounds awesome. After 40 years of singing. Go figure. Jay Maynard, what is your reaction when you heard about Peter's supposedly jazz big band album? I was kind of like, ew. But you know what, man? Whatever makes my boy Peter Criss happy. Peter Criss. I say do it, because I love Peter Criss. And if I don't like it, who gives a fuck? As long as Peter likes it, I think Peter should do it. Put it up on a flagpole and see who salutes. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll like it. Who knows? Heil Hillary, and you have a picture of Hillary Clinton with a little Hitler mustache. If you could have been the 5th member of KISS when they first formed, what would your character have been, and how would your stage makeup have looked? Oh man, that's a tough one. I guess, I don't know. I don't know. That's fucking a weird question. I'd have to think about that. Maybe, I guess like the Paul Stanley Bandit makeup wasn't bad. I thought it was pretty cool. So yeah, I guess that. I'd be the Bandit. Alright? I'd have to think about it. Maybe I can come up with something better, but that's all I can think of at the moment. Ex-NFL fan. Ooh, this guy hates the NFL now. Hey, I never liked it. Well, I did like it when the Dolphins were undefeated back in the day when I was a little kid. They ruled, but then, yeah, fuck football. It fucking bores me. Sorry, sports fans. Is Paul Stanley gay or at least bisexual? At times he acts like he is. Yes. Oh, no, wait. I'm not saying yes, he's gay. Yes, he does act very gay. And you know, I remember reading back in the day some magazine that said, Paul Stanley says he's half man, half woman. I don't know if that was the magazine making it up or what have you. But I don't think he's gay, and I don't think he's bisexual because he would have been caught by now. Come on, you know, you have your Bill Aucoin and all these people. And I don't know. I don't think he's gay. I don't think he's bisexual. But if there is such a thing of a gay man in denial, which I don't know if that exists, but if it does, then yeah, Paul Stanley's definitely a gay guy in denial. He's very fruity, that I'll tell you, but I don't know. I don't think he's gay or bisexual. I don't think so. But hey, I don't know him personally. Who knows? Kamala's 88. What is your opinion when Kiss was at its peak? What tour was the peak also? I would say Love Gun was their peak. Jacinto Mancilla. What is the square root of Gene Simmons plus Eric Singer's time? Mark St. John. 56. Mark Santucci, ask. Meat Hook, WX. Why isn't the song You're All That I Want from Unmasked not on your worst top 10 Kiss worst song? I fucking hate that song so fucking bad. I would rather hear Read My Body 1,000 times straight while watching someone continuously wipe their ass in front of Dave Holland. Meat Hook, you're awesome, dude. I love that one. That's fucking awesome. You're All That I Want is a crappy song. I don't like that song, but shit, I'm sorry. Read My Body's my least favorite. But, goddamn, that was a good one. I like that. Meat Hook, you're awesome. Super Freddy Bros Phase Bear Gaming said, Dr. Fukk, in your opinion, what bootleg Kiss album is the best one in your opinion? Thanks. I don't know much about Kiss bootleg albums, so I really can't answer that. I'm sorry. As I said, I'm not like the biggest Kiss collector. Why does Tommy Thayer hate Ace? I don't think Tommy Thayer hates Ace. Terrence and Mark Experience podcast? That's who asked that question. And they no longer exist. That shows you how long it's been since I haven't answered. I put this fucking video up. By the way, check out Terrence Reardon and Friends podcast. I mean, Terrence and Mark Experience podcast broke up. Then it was Terrence and Jake Experience. That broke up. Now it's just Terrence. And Mark has his own. I forgot what the name of his is. Vincent Siddons says, Hi, Dr. Fukk. I'm 11 years old, and I'm going to Kiss show this Friday with nosebleed seats. I have suggestions to review Bon Jovi One Wild Night. I know that it's not even live by listening to it. What do you think I should do the review? And what is your favorite Kiss tours? Thanks, Vincent. I already answered that. Favorite Kiss tour was the reunion tour. Then Vincent wrote again, I'm sorry for asking a non-Kiss related question about Bon Jovi. You can just answer the question in comment or the video. Thanks, Vincent. Then he asked again, can you do a review of all Kiss shows you've seen? I don't know about that. You know, let me tell you something, Vincent. You're 11 years old, and I got to tell you, don't follow the world of Dr. Fukk, because when I was 15, 16, going to Kiss shows, I was getting very drunk and hammered. And that's not the way to be. So I don't remember a lot. Though I was sober for Creatures and Lick It Up. I wasn't really into drinking that much then. But yeah, like Animal Eyes. No, I can, you know what, I can actually give a brief synopsis of all the shows on one. That's a good question, Vincent, and I will do that in the future. I'll do like my Kiss concert reviews of all the Kiss shows I've seen. Because I do remember them. I just was drunk at a lot of them, but I remember each and every one of them. What was the first one? I don't like Bon Jovi, so, but more power to you if you do like Bon Jovi. It doesn't matter what I like. What matters is if you like it. If I don't like it, who gives a fuck? You know? I mean, who gives a fudge? You're 11 years old. I can't be saying bad words. Okay, Vincent, I hope I answered your question. Now, Vincent asked, who was the most loved non-member of Kiss by the fans? Who was the most loved non-member? Non-original member. I would say Eric Carr, by far. Because, you know, he was a badass. He was awesome, a great drummer, and a nice guy, as I understand. Never met him, but I heard he was very nice to the fans. And a lot of people love old Eric Carr, man. I do. Respect for Eric Carr. If Vinnie Vincent rejoined Kiss, would you watch them? Fuck yeah. And that was the last question from G. Lee. I would love Vinnie Vincent to rejoin Kiss. I would love Vinnie Vincent to walk down the street and a piano fall on his head and just straighten him out. And say, you know what? I want to write songs with Gene and Paul and I want to behave. That's what I would love that. I would welcome Vinnie Vincent back in Kiss as much as Ace Frehley back in Kiss. If they can write albums like Lick It Up and Creatures again, I would welcome back Vinnie Vincent in a heartbeat. But god damn it, wear your fucking, either wear no makeup or wear that onk shit. You know, do not, and I liked his makeup too. Anyway, there you go. Long ass fucking episode. I didn't realize I was gonna get so many goddamn questions. We'll have another Dr. Fukk Kiss thing, but don't ask me any questions now. Please. No more questions. Because the comments below, please don't ask me any questions. Because I'm not going to answer. Just wait till I put up another video saying, hey guys, ask me questions. And thanks for all the questions. Thanks to everybody. And if I forgot to mention your name, I'm a fucking idiot jack-off and I apologize. Gratefully. Thank you all. Check out the Dr. Fukk Show, my radio show, every Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern on that metal station. Check out the Rock and Metal Combat Podcast on iTunes and Podbeam and YouTube, and I also have a lot of other YouTube channels, and just ask and I'll tell you where they're at. Later guys. Kiss rules.